Hey guys, I hope you're all doing very well and having a fantastic Friday, which is what it is today. Hope you got a lot of work done and also looking forward to the weekend. Now, I just wanted to jump on this video to just quickly talk about communication and how to be a better communicator for everything really. So the reason why I'm doing this is because we just had a very interesting viewing where I met the vendor there at the viewing and we got talking a lot and ended up going back to his place for coffee to just discuss the property that he wants to sell and essentially building rapport in terms of understanding their needs and also communicating what I'm looking for, which I think is a key point that property investors might miss sometimes, depending on what your circumstances are, obviously. I think a lot of the times we might be more unwilling to show our own cards in a sense and withheld some information. But I think I've learned over the years that being honest and transparent is actually the best way to deal with people, especially in such like a negotiation kind of sense, because they can understand where you're coming from if you explain it in a way that is clear and makes sense. And I think overall it helps with the negotiations in general when you are showing authenticity, essentially. So this direct to vendor potentially that we talked about all sorts. It was really good to understand his needs and why he's selling really. So the gentleman, he is reaching retirement age and he wants to spend more time abroad, so he bought a holiday home as such, and he wants the money that he's going to sell from this property to then do a extension on this holiday home and make it even nicer basically. So that's one of the motivation factors of it. But the thing is, with this you can then also get a lot of information surrounding the circumstances and essentially negotiate a better deal for yourself at the same time. So for this one, won't reveal too much about the numbers yet, but potentially we might have a deal here to be done, because the number that he would like to get is quite a lot lower actually, surprisingly, than what the agents have marketed it for, which he doesn't believe it's worth that much himself. So, and when he doesn't believe as a vendor, then there is definitely something to be done there. So the ball's in my court now to then look at the numbers from my side to see whether I'm able to offer him the amount that he wants, or whether we can talk about doing some deal on it. Not too sure what that looks like right now, so if you guys have any good ideas, leave it in the comments. Always open up to creative strategy. I don't think a lease option would work for him on this case, in this one, because the property in question is already up and running, and it doesn't really need any value adding to it. So I've been around, looked at it, I think it looks decent. I don't really need to spend more money onto it, and it's got tenants in situ. So it's one of those where you're literally just buying a property and just parking it there, parking your funds there for return. The tenants seem to be really good, paying not quite market rates, but they are long-term tenants. So what's interesting me about this one is because it's multiple units in one transaction. So that's why I'm giving a bit more interest and a bit more time on it to work out a strategy. So, but yeah, the communication itself is really important, and I think it's something that you would develop based on your own style. And again, another thing that I've learned is if you communicate unnaturally, it's quite hard, it becomes a bit awkward. So it's best if you are to develop your own style of communication, understanding your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to it. This is where the self-awareness talk comes really into its own, being more self-aware to understand that you aren't an aggressive kind of negotiator. There's actually a really good a good book about this called Sales Dogs, which talks about different personality types when it comes to sales and what kind of dog breed are you, because each breed has its own strengths. As an example, if you are a pit bull, then yeah, you're a very aggressive, attacking type of dog, or you might be a golden retriever who's a bit more fluffier and kind of like wants to be everyone's friend, and that might be your style. So understanding your style of negotiating and communication is very important in these situations, and it's only when we are a bit more self-aware in terms of that we learn that we can bring the best out of our own natural abilities, rather than trying to pretend to be some other style that we're not. So as an example, I'm clearly not an attack kind of dog type of negotiator or salesperson, so I'm definitely more of the golden retriever type. So by learning that, I can then pitch my my way of communicating to suit that strength a lot more. Also work on the weakness of, you know, not knowing to be a bit more direct. I can work on that, obviously, but I can really double down on my strengths and make it a bit more natural and a bit more transparent in that sense, that what I'm going for. So yeah, I mean, just a quick thoughts for today, for Friday as well. Hopefully it's kind of like a bit useful for you guys, just to give you a reminder that learning to communicate more and being better at communication will ultimately be one of those life skills that I think would serve you well and everyone should have. So I'll leave it at there for now. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Any questions, let me know, leave me comments, give me a like, give me a share, all the usual stuff that you do on social media. But I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and I hope you all take care. See you soon.